Hello everybody, thank you for joining me once again. Another update on my neighbour from hell. He's still keeping me awake, unfortunately. He actually seems to be making a lot more noise. Had a really bad night last night, couldn't get to sleep, but whatever. I'm going to spend tonight at my parents'. They very kindly said that I can stay there whenever I want. I've decided that I'm going to move. My lease ends in April, the end of April. I need to give 2 months notice, so that is round about now, so I'm going to tell the agent that I'm leaving. Some people have said to me that I shouldn't leave because it means that he wins, but that's not really the way that I look at it, because if I stay here I'm going to be miserable and unhappy, and also I can feel it's having a detrimental effect on my health now, because I'm just so tired. I'm so kind of fuzzy-headed and just got no energy. As I said before, I'm trying to find a job, and you need concentration and energy to look for a job, because it's not easy. And I don't want to go for job interviews I don't want to walk in there like, looking like I'm hungover and my eyes are all red and bloodshot and stuff. So it's having a negative effect on me in general. So I am going to leave. I don't see that leaving is him winning, because if I move out and find another place to live and I'm happy there, then I'll be happy. So it's not like I'm going to lose. If I stay here, I'm not going to be happy, because I've spoken to the council, as I said before. It could take many months for them to investigate, and at the end of that investigation there's no guarantee that they can actually do anything anyway. So I have two options. I spend 4 or 5 months here putting up with the noise, and the council might not be able to do anything, so I'll then have another 12-month lease where I've got to put up with it, or I move and I be happy and healthy. So to me, it's not really a decision. Happiness and healthiness has to come first. I do feel very guilty, however, for the poor people that are going to move in here after me, because they're going to have to put up with it. But I said that to my dad, and my dad said, yes, it is very unfortunate that somebody else is going to be on the receiving end, but I can't be responsible for that. I've got to look after my own health. Anyway, this morning received a letter from West Berkshire and Wokingham Council. It's about basically telling me what to do. They've also given me some log sheets, so I've got to basically log in the date, the time the noise starts, what kind of noise it is, how I'm affected by it. So I will do that, and I've got to do that for a month. So you see there's 1 month already that they'll do nothing except just fill in these. So but also what this man has started to do, and this just shows you how petty he is. At the front of the flats, everybody's got a parking space. Now what he suddenly decided to start doing is, his parking space is on a left-hand side. There's a little curb, and then there's a little bit sticking out with some little trees in it, so you can't park any further to the left. So what he's decided to do is, when he parks his car in his parking space, instead of parking it up against the curb and the little bushes, which is obviously the space, he parks his car well away from the left-hand side. But also he's parking his car, I can't really show you very well, but if this is his car, instead of parking straight on in his space, he's parking at an angle like this, so that effectively, because he's parking, you say my hand is the curb, you would normally park near the curb straight. He parks away from the curb and at an angle, so he's effectively parking across 2 parking spaces. So you can't actually use one of the parking spaces, because this guy is deliberately parking. And I've seen him, he goes out in the morning to the post office, and I've seen him come home and he pulls in and he deliberately is parking in this way, so that it basically makes one of the parking spots unusable. I mean, it just shows you what a silly, ridiculous, small-minded, petty-minded little man that he is, that he's now sort of like, oh, someone's made a complaint against the noise, so I'm gonna park across 2 parking spaces just to annoy people. Anyway, I'm not letting him get me down. He's a silly little man. I'm not. I'm going to move. I'm going to be happier and healthier. So there you go. He's not going to beat me because I'm moving out. I'm going to beat him because I'll be moving out, and I'll be happy, and I'll leave him to his silly, petty-minded, ridiculous little life.